Welcome back to the Don't Judge Me Podcast. You're here today with Sir Nygel, House of the Wave Files from the Dark Gray Triad, always looking left, because I'm not right. It's 7-7, y'all, and I don't know what that means, but hopefully my co-host does.
I don't.
Illuminati. I mean, racism. I don't know. Pick one.
The racist Illuminati. This is their day. Well, we hope we can give you the information so you don't get caught and captured in the rapture of the racist Illuminati here at the Don't Judge Me podcast. This is episode 139, sirs and ma'ams. And you are listening to myself, J. Del Negro, and himself, Sir Nygel, the House of the Wave Files. Thank you. You're rocking with us. If you're in Ireland, you're rocking with us. If you're in Tehran, I think that's a country, somewhere in the Middle East, you're rocking with us. We appreciate that. Just do a little bit more to let us know just how much you appreciate us. And you can do that in one of three ways: email, WhatsApp, phone number. Our email address is don'tjudgepod@gmail.com. Our WhatsApp is Don't Judge Me Podcast. And our phone number is 410-834-1562. Do something with one or all of those. We'll incorporate you into a future episode and we'll make fun of you accordingly, because that's what we do here at the Don't Judge Me podcast. Just want to let you know one more thing. Thank you again for joining us in Judgment, because we shall proceed to continue to judge in life. Sir Nygel, if you will.
Yeah, so we're going to keep with our new style of format where one of us throws out some nonsense and the other one has to determine where it belongs. There's two categories: gentle judgment, where you don't get the full wrath, and then yes, y'all ain't shit.
Y'all ain't shit.
Because sometimes y'all ain't shit.
Most times, what I've learned since we've started doing this is most of it is ain't shit.
Yes, it is. And hopefully we'll find random judgment along the way, like side quests. All right, so paint a picture for you. Ring, ring, hello? Honey, it's going down. I'm about to have a baby. Oh, shit. I'll be out there. I got you. Your car's on the fritz, so you got to call a cab. Hey, because we're not doing Uber for this joke.
Sure.
You call a cab, you jump in, it's cash cab. You play?
Yes. Gentle judgment, and yes, I'm playing.
What's the capital? Keep going. I'm about to have a baby. I need some money.
Exactly. I could use an endowment of funds, and I'm going to play my ass off with all this randomonium I have in my brain.
That's what I would hope, but that's when like the first question they ask you, and you'd be like, "Let me out on the, let me out on the corner of my head."
Like, who's the president? Obama?
Yo, but what's your name? Huh? What was it?
Tyrone.
Is you ain't or is you like what was it?
Is you is or is you ain't?
Is you is or is you ain't? Huh? What'd you say? I don't. Is that a question?
True.
Pull over.
True.
Yeah, false. True, false. Pineapples. I don't. Watermelon.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
do you want to know?
Exactly.
Is you is or is you ain't?
What's another game show that could be played in a car?
I feel like like Who Wants to Be a Singer type drinks, like those type
of carpool karaoke, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like that type of energy where you're singing and you got like a two judges in the back and a judge in the front, and you get voted off and left on the side of the curb.
I would say because you're getting voted off for your singing ability, or because you don't know the lyrics.
I feel like all the above. I feel like you have to have a good voice or entertainment value, right? But not too much where you distract the driver. So I think you need to know your audience, right? So like maybe you have a driver that's like really into it, like, oh yeah, you might win because you dance with them, right? But you might have another driver that's like, 10-2, and driving strict. Then at that point you gotta perform with your your ability.
Okay. So would the judges be, so the two judges would be judging on your performance and your technical
I
ability
think
as a
so.
singer. Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Possibly.
That makes it fair.
If you can get people involved, like you're at the stoplight and you got other people like showmanship. You know what I'm saying? I just hit my elbow. Showmanship.
Imagine calling your wife, girlfriend back because you got put out of the cab because you failed, because you suck at this. And it's like, yeah, I got to catch another cab because I called.
No, you double down and lie because you didn't win no money, right? So you just gotta be like, look, I thought I got in an Uber. It was the wrong one. He tried to kidnap me. I'm safe though. I'm on the way.
He tried to touch me. And
you know, I look. I'm a pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? They're trying human traffic my ass. I'm on the way. Honey, we're coming from Silver Spring. Shut up, bitch. They try to grab people from all over the place. I don't know.
Yeah. But I would absolutely play. I feel like I would do well, not with the carpool karaoke.
Though. Destiny's aligned. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I'm having a baby. I'm about to be a dad and I got cash cab. Winner.
I'm
all about stories. Okay. I love a good story. Like honestly, you probably could kidnap me if you presented a story of adventure. Like, all right, this is what we're about to do. We're gonna go hunting llamas. Sign me up. You don't even know when we're leaving. I'm in your car right now. Like, that sounds like a wonderful Saturday afternoon adventure.
Speaking of stories, it's been a few weeks, but did you know I was on TMZ?
You?
Me?
No. I know we're internationally known on the microphone. Did not know we were TMZ famous. Tell me about this.
J Del Negro was on TMZ.
Did it say J Del Negro? Did Harry say your name? Was it? No, it's not Harry. Levi?
It was the black guy and some other white dude. But
the dreads?
The black guy with the dreads. I said my name. I didn't say Del Negro. But I'll give you the shortened version of the story.
Yes.
June 7th, I retweeted a story from TMZ. It was about a Redskins football coach being insensitive.
Okay.
June 8th, I got a DM from TMZ that pretty much said, hey, would you like to be on TV? So I said, sure.
Yeah. This is the cash cab right here. Yeah, it's not having an extra kid, but you're saying like, this is it.
Yeah. I said, sure. And there was minimal correspondence in the DMs. Like, I don't even follow TMZ, but I said, sure, started a conversation with a producer. The producer was like, give me your Skype. We'll reach out later. Gave him my Skype. They reached out later and explained how it works. So I was on TMZ live for all of 10 seconds, but I was on live television as J Del Negro, June 10th. And what happened was, because I retweeted the TMZ tweet, they then just reached out to me because they reach out to a bunch of people every day, like, hey, do you want to be on TV?
Say your piece and keep it moving.
Exactly. Give an opinion on something and keep it moving. In short, they asked me, they gave me the rundown and they said, what day would you like to be on? Thursday, Friday. I said Friday to prep for it because I didn't really know, because I don't watch TMZ. I didn't really know what it was, and I had to like do some recognizance so I could figure out what the hell was going on. So I watched a couple other videos, and basically there's a segment and a storyline, and you're to give your opinion on the storyline. And what they do is they give you times and dates, and it's pretty much like, hey, here are the 10 things you have to choose from this episode of TMZ. Give me 3 of them, get them to me quickly so we can get you put into the show. So for that episode, the 3 that they gave me, and this is how inconsequential.
Also, it wasn't about the Redskin thing. It was something totally different.
Something totally different.
Oh,
it was just
shit.
That.
Okay.
So just to illustrate how inconsequential the stories that TMZ talk about are. Tiger Woods becoming a billionaire was one.
Oh, good for him.
Jimmy Fallon eating a hot dog at a Rangers game was another.
Glizzies, I guess.
Glizzy gang. And the third was Kylie Jenner and Tristan Thompson being at the same Hollywood party the same night an episode of The Kardashians aired where he was caught cheating.
Are they dating or something?
Tristan was dating Chloe, and he has a child with Chloe, but they were
Oh,
still
okay.
he was cheating on Chloe, the older sister.
Okay,
Which
okay.
which one do you think I got?
Glizzies.
I wanted the glizzies, but I did not get the glizzies. I
Yo, I
got
would have loved it. Like, I'm about to look this up, but I would love to be like, Glizzy Gang. Sorry, go ahead. Which I guess the Jenner?
I got Kylie Jenner and Tristan. So again, some back and forth with the producer, and same day, and they were like, all right, we're going to reach out to you at this time, and what I want you to pay attention to is I'm going to be in your ear telling you to go, 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 go. So over Skype, got my phone set up. They did some tests with me just to make sure of two things: that they can see me and I wasn't doing anything to get me free advertisement. Because like, you're on national television, live and in syndication. So it's just like, they just wanted to check, make sure everything was clear. It was cool.
Bigbootyholes.com. You can't wear that.
Cool. Exactly. Or anything.com. You can't wear that.
Yeah.
So they I thought, I need to figure out what I'm going to say. And they say you can go to our website and read. We don't want you to rehash what's on our website, but if you need some information about it, go here so you can have something to talk about. We want your opinion on this item. Generally speaking, I don't care about the Kardashians. I'm not interested. But I knew I didn't want to look like
you're already like halfway in, right? Like you can't.
Oh, it got real.
You can back out, I guess.
I mean, you could, absolutely. It got real the moment we went on Skype and I could see the pit, the newsroom with the red pylons and the black bars, and like, oh, this is really happening. You know, so it was just like, I'm going to be on TMZ. Holy shit. Yeah. It was holy shit. So I wrote a blurb, and I rehearsed the blurb all day.
Yeah.
Because like, I want to make sure I don't look like a complete idiot on television. No one's ever going to be able to find me because all I got to say was my first name. No one's ever going to be able to find me or whatever. But I want to make sure that I look informed. So I wrote my blurb. It was like 2, maybe 3 sentences, and rehearsed it all day, blah, 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 blah. Then 11th hour hits, and dude reaches out, pulls me back into the Skype. I'm set up, I'm sitting there, and then I could see the black dude with the dreadlocks and the other white dude who hosts the show sitting there, and it's quiet, right? I could just see the newsroom bustling, and they're talking about whatever they're talking about or whatever. And the producer says some things here and there to me in my ears, just like, just make sure you're ready for me to say, go, go, go. And then you deliver your opinion, right? Say your name, your city, you deliver your opinion. And a few minutes of that goes away, and then I can hear them start to talk. And then the segment's on TV, so it's live, right? I can see them, they can't see me. But I'm hearing everything they're saying about the segment, right? They're talking about whatever their opinions are, or they're rehashing who was at the party and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh shit, I hope they don't say what I wrote down to say, because I just got like my little 10 seconds and that's it.
Oh shit.
So if they take my line, I'm done. Like, you know, this is the Eminem lose yourself in the moment. Like that's what's happening. Like, you only get one shot. Like, so they're talking, and what's also happening is what they're talking about is infiltrating my thoughts about the subject matter, and I'm forgetting what I had wrote down. You know, because I rehearsed it, I knew it line for line, word for word. But they're saying things, and I'm like, oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about it. And I'm like, no, don't do that. And then another wrench comes into it because this black girl appears on the screen. And my guess is she's the author of the article about it. And she starts talking about it. And I'm like, what's this? And all this is happening in a matter of like 2 minutes, right? It's slowed down for me because I'm experiencing, but really, it's just like a 2-minute segment. And I got 10 seconds of that segment. Yeah. So they're talking about it more and more. And I'm just like, I'm worried about them saying what I'm going to say.
I found it.
And I'm worried about not remembering what I'm going to say. And then the producer goes, go, go, go. So on the phone, like any other FaceTime or shared camera experience, I switched from the little screen to the big screen. I was full screen, and I was like, oh, I'm on national television.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So I start to say it. Let's see if I can remember it. I said, Kylie and Tristan running into each other in Hollywood is par for the course, especially if you're in the nightlife. This is me trying to paraphrase it. I can't remember exactly. And I was like, it's par for the course. If you're in a nightlife in Hollywood, it was bound to happen. But this is either a karmic chef kiss, and then the host laughed, but I didn't hear this. I was like, this is either a karmic chef kiss or a through line for another episode for the upcoming season of the Kardashians. And then the host was like, you're right. We didn't even think of that. So I was like, yes, I won.
Yo,
right?
hell
Congratulations.
yeah. Knocked out the park.
Congratulations. And then the producer was like, yeah, great job. Like, just really quick, you did really good, blah, 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 blah. And that was it. Like, they disconnected me and that was it. And then the producer reached out a little bit later. Like, yeah, just say, hey, I'm Jay from Baltimore. I set my little part. And then they took me off the screen and that was it. And the producer reached out to me later and was like, good job. If you know anybody that wants to do this, just have them reach out to us, give them our Skype, and we'll reach out to you again in about a month. And nice. It's coming up in about a month, so we'll see what happens, because I am absolutely going to do it again, except I'm going to know how to handle it better. And
I'm definitely watching this after we get off.
I mean, look, you can pull it up now. I can tell you where it is. It's at the 2002 mark is where I start to talk. But the segment itself is at, I think the 2002 is where the segment starts. And then I don't remember exactly, but it's in that 20-minute mark.
Oh yeah, I'm at 2203 and they're about to segue to you.
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah, I'm proud. This is amazing.
That happened. So I was the main character in that story. 10 seconds of fame. I experienced it. It happened. It was cool. I had a story for my friends and for the show. My kids thought it was neat. And the segment's out there again. It's the 610 episode of TMZ Live. So June 10th. I'm on there around the 20 minutes and 2-second mark.
Yo, that's what's up. Actually, that kind of sparked me. You mentioned like fame, right? Like, 10 seconds and whatnot. And which I'm jelly of. And honestly, my brother just recently told me that this is more so shouting out my brother. He just landed like a little role in a movie, right? And I was, you could judge me on this. I was like, I can't wait till it goes. I think it's going to be on Hulu, maybe, or Stars, maybe. I don't know which one. No, I don't know where it's going to be. But I was like, moving forward, I'm always playing that movie on date night. And I'm just going to be like, oh, that's my brother.
My brother's in that one.
We Taylor's got some good genes. Like, we got talent. Like, I'm about to, look, I would have this clip on my phone, bro. Like, I would like, oh, don't you look familiar? You might recognize me on TMZ. Yeah.
I have a plan for getting some of that to come back to me. I have an idea for how I can pull it off. Because let's face it, if I say Jay Del Negro and you search the internet for Jay Del Negro, you're gonna find me. So all I have to do is say like my full surname or pseudonym. There it is. Jay Del Negro from Baltimore.
For real, screenshot. If I could move this play bar, screenshot this jump and just have your picture on my chest. Yo, this is so tight, man. And I like the fact you got a plant in the background. You look cultured. I like this shit.
Yeah, it was a plant in the background. There's plants in front of me too, but yeah, it was a plant in the background.
This man looks like he is in a it looked like you have Avion in the refrigerator. Sparkling. I'm sorry.
Fiji.
Sparkling.
Fiji.
You got the limited edition sparkling Fiji, which I don't think they even make. You got that. You got LaCroix. There's LaCroix at the location he was at when he was filming this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you. This is amazing.
And it was just all off a random DM.
Random nonsense. That's what I'm saying. I do it for the stories, man. Like, I feel like this is the energy, right? It's like, oh, you want me on TV? Why not?
Why not? Exactly.
Why not? That was my mantra for like a decade, Joe. I had to slow that shit down. My knees ain't what they used to be. But why not and fuck it? And the combination of those two, boy.
It's power in those statements.
Yo, it's so reckless. So right. I've done so much reckless stuff off of why not fuck it. Then I wind up, I don't know, somewhere weird. But
in a bathtub with your spleen removed.
Yeah, full of cornflakes. Like no sense made. Just okay. But then I tried to turn into a positive. That was the quickest 5 pounds I've lost. Actually, speaking of that, I'm gonna have a little judgment. I seen on AOL the other day, and I turned on AOL so my computer doesn't go idle. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
How to prepare for the 2022 recession. And I was like, what? I know it's here. but I didn't need to read it. I'm like, I like to remain ignorant to my ignorance, right? Like, oh yeah, we doomed. Oh, I'm sorry, what are we? Doomed. What does that mean for me?
Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like,
what am I supposed to do with that information?
I can't build upon that. Like, I can only experience doom.
Yo,
and hopefully don't compound it with gloom, right?
I don't need
like,
to read that shit.
We're doomed.
Let me just be like surprised, like, oh yeah, we're in a recession. When that happened? March. I had no idea.
I wonder why I didn't have a job anymore.
Yeah, but then it's like, it's coming. When? Do I gotta stock up on toilet paper again? Yes. yes, I do. Bruh. Anyway, so there's a random lake in South Carolina called the Alcohol and Drug Abuse Lake.
Think of what?
Alcohol and Drug Abuse Lake in Richland County, South Carolina, established in 1973.
Why is it called that?
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm sure it's because that's where alcohol and drug abuse occurs.
I just imagine, like those, like, this is what I picture. Now, I don't really know South Carolina like that, but I imagine, that football team, like Friday Night Lights type of feel, right? Someone owns a pickup truck, old one, but still runs. Everyone's wearing varsity jackets. They go down to the water hole, right? There's a ledge that everyone jumps out off of. There's like an area where you make out in convertibles, I'm assuming. I don't know, back of the pickup truck. And this is where it was. And someone just was like, yo, this is the alcohol and drug abuse lake. Because that's what goes on over there.
I think we should name things exactly what they are. Like old box Crown Vic should be called only had $1,500.
Yo, I used to love my look. I got in so much trouble in that joint. But yeah, you're right. Or I just want
Alfredo should be called. Nigga, I can't cook. You know what I'm saying?
Especially them sauces too. Like, man must be trying to perpetrate. They'll buy that Alfredo sauce and be like, "Hey, I'm just making some chicken Alfredo." Oh, from scratch? Oh yeah. Except for the sauce. You mean the main ingredient? The main ingredient? Like, oh yeah, I made Popeye's KFC chicken homemade. Did you buy it? Yeah, I bought it. No, you didn't make it homemade then. Like you bought it. You got my face.
They should call Android users I make bad decisions. Like, just
you coming for me.
It's called, like you said, if they can call this like the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms lake or whatever the fuck they call it, I feel like two things. I feel like more things should be called exactly what they are. And I also feel like this is a new rule for life. I also feel like when people enter a room, they need to announce themselves like Jason Derulo did at the beginning of his songs.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you walk into a room, you have to announce yourself like Jason Derulo.
I like that. Yeah, I like being loud. I actually was told I was loud the other day, and I was like, I'm so sorry. But then I kind of was hindsight, like, you should apologize for being quiet. But that was a afterthought, Nygel.
Tough question for you. Tough question. This is kind of like afterthought as well. But cereal.
Yeah.
Is it meal prep or are they leftovers? Because the moment you open a box of cereal, you know you're not going to eat it all in one sitting.
I guess I mean, leftovers would imply that it's not good. Well, then I guess same energy. Like if you open a bag of chips and you put it away,
leftovers.
Yeah, because I mean, it does change. I mean, honestly, let's be honest. It changes. It changes. Like that cereal, that Cheerios is not popping like it was day one. Like, given it's still Cheerios, so it's not popping generally, but there's definitely like a difference in consistency from day one to week 2.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, leftovers.
It's
gotta be leftovers.
I'm sure no one ever thought of that, but I looked the other day and I was like, no one eats a box of cereal in one sitting. So it's a meal prep or leftovers.
Even like I'm not saying I tried, but I remember like when I was younger, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch was one of my favorite cereals.
Sure.
And it's really just dessert with milk, right? But I know I would pour a couple of joints, and then after a while, I was just like, I'm good. Like I just don't want any more. Like, and it wasn't because I mean, like I could eat more, but it's just like this milk is just, it's a lot. Like I don't want any more. Can I share with you the other day? I was thinking about bagel and cream cheese, and every time I think of one now, I always just think, why don't you just eat cream cheese? So I think you ruined bagels and cream cheese for me.
I saw a commercial out of like the corner of my eye for a cream cheese that was like, maybe it was a vegan spread or something like that. But anyway, within the commercial, they were spreading it on the bagel, and it was like 3/4 of an inch thick between the two halves of the bagel. And I was like, y'all just gonna eat that shit? Like, you just gonna eat that? Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
yeah. And literally after we've had that conversation, I now just was like, yo, you might as well eat cream cheese. And I was like, that's fucking gross. And it literally kills the idea of getting it. And I'm like, Jay might have done something.
I'm helping you count your carbs, sir.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, cut down on that bread because I'm just not eating cream cheese on it. Like, so it's like nothing really good about that shit. So anyway.
Jade on Negro's always correct.
So apparently there's a guy out there who's fake Drake.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know this guy. Okay.
I've heard of him.
I didn't even know about this guy. But apparently fake Drake wants $1 million to do a friendly boxing match with the real Drake and will change name if he loses.
Hey, I'm your imposter. I challenge you to a match. And if I lose, I'll stop being your imposter.
That's what my thought was, and that's why it's here right now. Is because
so
who does that?
So the last one. What was the last one that you brought up?
It was alcohol and drug abuse. No, yeah,
General Judgment. That's General Judgment. This one ain't shit. Like, this is one of those, like, dude, no one asked for you.
Yeah,
like, your whole purpose in being in the public lexicon is you're pretending to be somebody else.
Yes,
and you're demanding money to stop pretending to be that person.
Yes,
you're a loser.
Yes,
you're an L7 meanie.
And then you also want to fight me for your name too. Like, it's like, yeah, if we fight, you got to pay me $1 million to fight you to defend your name that I'm stealing from you. And if I lose, then I'll stop. But if I win, I get to continue.
This reeks of desperation.
Yo,
it's one of those, like, they won't let me in the club no more because the joke isn't as funny. So I got to try something. Yeah, I got to try something to stay.
I got to try to come up off of this somehow. I'm at the end of my 15 minutes and I need to monopolize on this joint. ASAP.
He needs to be the taxi cab driver of Drake's Carpool Karaoke. There's enough songs. He can make some money driving people around. He's got some content for the web. Put Drake's music on and have people sing along or kick him out along. Like, it's here for this guy. He needs to be the host of his own Carpool Karaoke with only Drake's music.
He could just be on the Las Vegas trip. I'm assuming he'd probably come up.
He'd probably come up with a heroin addiction though on the Las Vegas trip. Like, there's no way around that. Like, I think he's been in Miami, so he's definitely doing cocaine. But if he goes to Vegas, it's gonna be heroin. Mainlining that motherfucker too. Like, he going in the arteries, not in his veins. Straight to the heart.
But it's still crazy though. Like, you asking $1 million, bro. Like, nobody know who you are, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, this man literally is not standing up on his own 2 feet.
No.
He's standing up on somebody else's feet.
Yes.
Drake is his forefather. Like, imagine that. Imagine someone being your forefather and they're still here.
I bet you still lives with his mom, right? Which is not a problem because, I mean, I currently live with mine. But imagine, like, right, you're a girl. He somehow convinces you he is Drake. You go back to his apartment and he's like, oh, this is my other spot.
In the city.
His mom is in the kitchen or something watching her shows, and it's like, that's just the maid. I'm letting her relax.
Yeah, she's watching Fatal Attraction on TV1 because that's what she's into.
Like, I don't know. I feel like this guy doesn't have his life together, and
you can't possibly be on top of things if your purpose for living is to pretend to be someone else, and it's not even like a paid gig. Like, you've got to make your way. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't guarantee. He's got to make his way by making shit up. My guy, you can do something else. Like, I just saw a sign, like an assembly line, you're getting $27.11 an hour. Like, that's out there.
Oh,
he could just get out of doing this fuck shit. He could just do something else, bro. do something else.
Well, you mentioned drugs, and this leads me into this El Paso officer. I didn't get her name, but she has now been sentenced to 2 years in prison for helping her stepfather distribute cocaine.
Ain't shit, of course.
My thing is, I feel like 2 years is low. I mean, that's an officer. She's supposed to uphold the law.
She got a slap on the wrist. She was the
That
boys
wasn't
in
major
blue.
slap. That was
Boys in
major slap on
blue.
the wrist.
Well, she snitched. What she did was she snitched.
Oh, you actually know? Okay.
That's how she got 2 years, because she turned state's evidence, I'm sure, and just told the whole details of the plan, because there were some gaps that they didn't know, so they can prevent this in the future.
I seen somewhere, and I don't remember where it was, but I think it's a good move where like if an officer turns off their body cam, all their testimony is like just thrown out.
Yeah, that shit don't matter though.
No, I know, but I mean, I like where it's going, right?
Mhm.
Where it's like, yeah, because they also got to turn in like the video footage within like a week, and it can't be edited. So it's like, yeah, I didn't hit that black guy. Let me see the footage. No. Yeah, get out of here.
That actually happened. There was a shooting, I want to say, in one of the northern Maryland counties, like I don't know, a sheriff or whatever, a deputy shot and killed somebody, and they wouldn't release the footage to the investigative squad, and then deemed the officer like not negligent and was within his rights to shoot the guy or some shit like that. Like 2 weeks later, it's like, we don't have all day. We got to get this guy back out on the streets. And then the investigative squad was like, yeah, I don't know why they did that, because we still gonna do our thing, and if we need to prosecute, we're gonna prosecute. So have at it. But like not having the footage, or not being able, not the footage, but not being able to like testify, that shit don't matter. Like, dude gonna get the time regardless, and he might get out early because whatever, he might be the case here and there, or she might be the case here and there.
Yeah, because most people don't really win in those disputes with cops, right? They're dead. So like at that point, whatever is going to be happening is usually against the officer, right? It's not like, hey, yeah, he pulled me over and gave me a ticket wrongly. Let's see the camera. No, it's like he shot my son and he's dead. Let's see the footage. Like whatever, it doesn't really matter. So it's not like usually it's like it's detrimental when they need the footage. It's not like they ask for the footage. Like, he wasn't jaywalking. Let's see the camera. No, I'm not gonna turn that in. Like, no, they're hiding something because they did something.
They was
crazy.
like my fault. We put a filter on it, so they got like bunny ears and shit. So it just.
Yo, I seen this one joint where this guy was like, "Yo, you're under arrest for trespassing." He's like, "You're not arresting me," and he like started running, right? And so the cop was chasing behind him, trying to tase him. And another cop walks over and is like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, I'm trying to arrest him because he's trespassing." He's like, "This is public property. What are you talking about?" He's like, "Well, he something." He's like, "Shut up and go back to your car." And I was like, "Yo, respect to that cop that was like, what the fuck are you doing right now?" And it's like, "Well, I'm trying to arrest him." On what ground? It's like you're out here looking like an idiot. Like get your ass back in the car. Like,
did you see the clip? Cops, I think they were in Georgia. It was like a county sheriff and a city officer. They pulled over the same guy, or that guy was pulled over, and they both showed up. And the one has his camera on, recording the incident. And then they walk back to their cars, and these niggas start beef. It was like a gang war, because they started beefing immediately, because he was basically like, "You're on my turf, bitch. I'm not on your turf. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You keep doing that shit." It was just like two white men yelling at each other about being police officers, and who can or can't do what they're supposed to do. It was great. It's great television. Because the guy who got pulled over was also white, so that works for me.
Yeah, but see, he would have died if he was somebody.
Yeah, they took out their aggression. It's sorted out later.
Yeah. But like it's crazy because like my house is apparently like located within like 4 districts, right? So like one time this car, because a lot of people speed through my neighborhood, and it like hit a parked car in front of my house and pushed it into my yard, right? So like College Park showed up, Prince George's showed up, University Park showed up, and College Park, University Park, Prince George's, and Adelphi, right? And all of them said, "This ain't me. Bye," and left. And I was like, who's gonna take care of this car? Like none of them wanted to deal, because it was like, you know how much paperwork that is? I ain't dealing with this shit. That's somebody else's joint. I was like, well, who? And then nobody could tell me who it was. Then finally, I got this lady who was really nice. She was like 50 years old. And I was like, "You still working?" And I'm like, "Who are you chasing down?" She's like, "Well, I ain't really supposed to do it, but I'll take care of it for you." And I was like, "Thank you. Like, you're the fifth one out here." And then she got gave me a look like, "Damn it, I should have left."
She was like, "Fuck,
Yo,
I could have sat this one out."
Yo, I was like, I had to keep calling. I was like, "Yo, send somebody out this joint because
But there's a car in my yard."
Yo, like this is not mine. Like, get somebody out here. Nah, that ain't me. I'm like, yo, y'all ain't shit. Like, I bet you if I was trying to break into one of them, y'all shot me by now. But anyway.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, facts. Oh, so there's a rapper.
Is there? Is he
always
an actual rapper, or does he call himself a rapper?
Well, let's hear it out. So, quote unquote, rapper who bragged about unemployment scheme in music video has agreed to plead guilty. Now, why would he do that? Why would he actively be bragging? That reminds me of those PPP loans. Like people just do stuff and then wonder why they get in trouble. Hey guys, I just murdered somebody. This is how I got rid of the body. Then the next day they in jail. Like, how they find out?
Who told? Nigga,
who
you did.
Told? You.
Nigga, you did, nigga. You. I'm gonna give him gentle judgment for not understanding the power of his words. But I'm gonna give him ain't shit for claiming to be a rapper when we both know he's a scammer, and that's how he makes his money.
Especially if that's what your material's about.
You scamming.
Let me tell you about how I got this unemployment check for free. Go on. Like and subscribe. Prince George's County Police Department likes.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they like my shit?
Because they know the real.
Hello, who's there?
They know. It's nothing like giving a blueprint for your idiocracy. I don't know if that's a word, but you're an idiot. Like, everybody don't need to know. You end up better when nobody knows. Tell another story. Just, if you're gonna be a rapper, just make up some shit about other people. Shit you heard secondhand. You know what I mean? Like, you just talk about the shit that you had no part in, but you heard about it on the street.
Yeah, like if I had done a crime, I wouldn't be talking about that crime. Like, let's say if I did do like employment fraud, right? That's the last thing I'm gonna talk about. If anything, love my job. Or whatever. Like, I'd rather talk about murdering somebody because I ain't done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know what I do? I cut the tags off of mattresses, even though it says not to do it. Ha ha! I'm a bad boy in these streets. They're not gonna get the tax evasion from there.
They aren't. That is precisely, if you are a real gangster in these streets, talk about the alphabet. You know what I mean? Like, just talk about your thrifting, how you like to shop at secondhand stores on the week. Like, just do something else. Like, just keep it G, right? You don't gotta talk about all the product and bodies and ops. Like, you ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that.
Let me slang this way. I go to the thrift store for 50% off, then I sell it on eBay. Oh,
you want to come up. They might think you aren't claiming everything on your, what is it, 1040? I don't know what the fuck.
Sure.
On your paperwork for your taxes. However, if you can prove that as well, you're just a free man out here rapping and getting on your hustle. Whatever your hustle is, you ain't got to talk about it.
Just people too specific. You know what I'm saying? Like, your wife go missing. You write a book. What was it, like 2 weeks ago or a couple times we talked about it?
How to Kill My Husband.
How to Kill My Husband and Get Away with It. And you wonder why you're the number one suspect.
And you didn't get away with it, but you killed him. So success there.
I wonder if you get your money back.
For buying the book.
Yeah. I mean, you're selling false advertising. You didn't get away with it.
Well, if you attempted to do what she said to do and it didn't work, I think you can ask for a return.
I wonder if there's an asterisk like right underneath of it. Please do not try this out.
This is fiction. This is not real.
Fiction. And then you get arrested for murder.
That would be my rap name if I was a rapper. Fiction, because I'd just be lying on shit. I'd just be making up whatever.
That actually is a good name. That's a good name.
That's an early 90s name. Fiction. I would spell it F-I-K.
Something. Oh, okay.
Fick. S-H-U-N. Shun. Fiction.
That's how you gotta do it. You know what I mean? Because some people do like Murder Inc. and then murder people. I mean, like, who would have made a correlation?
Huh. That was a different one. We got our money from a murderer. Murder Inc.
But if you call fiction, it's like, did you steal money? No.
No.
Well, you rapped about it. Well, what's my name?
I'm
Fiction.
an entertainer.
Maybe it's fiction.
Robert De Niro isn't a gangster.
You be able to get away with everything. We literally say, well, my name is fiction. Like, I create fiction.
I know there is a positive rapper from like the Midwest named Fiction, and he probably raps like Twista, and he be uplifting sisters and shit like that. Like he wears a head wrap like Nick Cannon used to.
But is he? Because if his name is fiction, he might be lying, making up stuff. So if he's uplifting you, is he?
No. He's definitely like
no.
he's definitely like eating like herbs and fruits and shit all the time. Like he's a real like natural brother.
Oh, now I need to find this guy now.
Like I'm making him up, but I'm certain this is who he is.
Yeah, me
Fiction.
So like, oh, you know what? It sounds pleasant.
This is his dossier. Man. Like he's a great person. Gives back to the community and shit. Be volunteering at the local Y.
What's his hairstyle? Is he like an AJ, full dreads, or clean cut?
But he's been rapping since like '93.
So Little like Wayne dreads. Okay.
Yeah. So the hairline's gone way back, but he's still holding on. He's still holding on.
Like a clump of rat tails.
but he ain't never gave his baby mother money for child support. Dopest positive rapper out there though.
Let me tell you about this video I seen where this woman was like, yeah, I'm about to call this dude real quick. And this guy pulls up. He has one meal.
That one?
Yeah. One meal for his son. And she's like, but I got 3 other kids. And he's like, and? Now, given, I'm not a parent. But I feel like that's the energy I would come with. But I also understand not want to alienate the other 3 kids. But I was just like, yo, how you gonna be like, yo, he ain't shit? Like, you part of that too. You part of that equation.
Yeah, I don't know if that was necessarily like factual. Because like she wanted to shit on dude, but why she blur his face out?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like when it comes down to it, it ain't nothing if you have the money to just buy a bunch of Happy Meals.
It's McDonald's. I mean, it's not like he like went to Ruth Chris and which would be crazy.
But, it ain't like he got a bunch of number ones. Like, yo, I went to Burger King yesterday or the day before. And got a number 1 small, which is the Whopper with cheese. That shit was $11. And I was like, what? What is happening here? Like, why is a Whopper with cheese, a small fry, and a Coke $11? Like, I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't like this increases.
So if he was buying 4 meals for
it's $50,
you know, man, roughly $50 after tax and everything. Is just like, yeah,
not
I
to
get
mention
that.
gas at that point too.
I get that. Like,
that's maybe $60 at that point.
Happy Meals, I think, are like $4.60 or something like that. That's so crazy. You know, he could have turned out if he wanted to. But
I'm waiting for them to rename. It's gonna be the $1-ish menu.
Nah, they just it's something and more. Right? They call it something and more menu. But yeah, like a McChicken is like $2.30. Yeah. I was like, that ain't no McChicken. I'm not paying $2 for that big ass chicken nugget.
Yeah,
like I'm not doing that.
Yo, it is a big ass chicken nugget. You stupid. You stupid. Chicken nugget with mayo and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Spicy mayo McNugget. Like, I don't want that shit.
Oh, that is funny. That is, I never even thought about it like that. That is just a big ass nugget. That's funny. Well, I guess I'm gonna segue into this when you talk about food. Article reads, being hangry is real.
I would actually classify this one as shooting bail because it's just real. Like there's nothing negative about this. This is how it works.
I think my angle was, duh, right? Like so
to the author.
To the authors where the judgment I think should lay, where it's like it's almost saying like every 60 seconds a minute goes by. Duh. Like, I mean, why did you waste the time writing this? Yeah, everyone, I mean, anyone who's ever had a significant other knows angry is real.
But we wouldn't have this problem if things were just called what they were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we didn't go to the tobacco and lake where you shoot yourself and make babies farm, you know what I mean? We would understand what was going on. So yeah, I'm mad because like knees weak, mom spaghetti. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, I'm going through some shit right now. Feed a motherfucker.
Yo,
Please.
look, man. But it's just, yeah. You should always keep like a granola bar or something ready.
We all know the
Ready.
Snickers ads. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's literally a company that made money off of this. And so I'm like, yo, y'all really writing shit like this?
This is your 180 character limit. This is about this shit, huh? You just said this. This.
Excuse me. You spent time and energy, like probably a couple days, to write an article about how being angry is real.
You sent this shit to an editor. This is what you did. This is what you did.
When you're hungry, you should eat. You know what? In my 39 years on this life, I would have never thought
that's how you fix when you're hungry. You should probably get something to eat.
You know, when you haven't slept, you might be tired.
Yep.
And when you do sleep, you might be tired.
Sometimes when you run, you're out of breath.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
This is Pulitzer Prize type of journalism right here. This is man on the street kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Just holding the microphone up to strangers. Excuse me, sir. Do you feel hangry sometimes? Yes. Why? Absolutely.
Article. Sir, are you breathing? You're alive. Oh, I'm not a zombie. I thought I was a zombie. No, I can tell you right now, scientific proven, you are alive.
You are not the living dead. You are the living alive.
Mm-hmm. So, because the zombie just bit me. No, what a twist. That was like a Night Shyamalan movie right there.
If there was a zombie apocalypse, would you fight or would you just give up? Like, fuck it.
I would fight because I always wanted a zombie apocalypse. I'm not gonna lie. And I know I've read things where it's like if people who want a zombie apocalypse just want to kill people. I'm not that guy. I just wanted the survival. I want not to have to worry about bills and just live off the earth. Like I want to be able to disappear and not have to worry about anything. Right.
But there will be so many modern conveniences that are gone, like air conditioning. Like once the power grid and shit goes down, and it's just like, damn, this is hard. Like this is hard fucking live. Not only do I have to fight off zombies, but I also have to figure out a way to stay alive outside of fighting off zombies.
See, my thing, I guess my thing I love doing is figuring out solutions and stuff. So I honestly think I would thrive. I would love that type of environment. Walking Dead, I was always watching. Any zombie movie that's out there, I'll watch it just because I like the idea of them. My mom has told me, however, she would just give up. She was like, don't even find me. Like, just I was like, Mom, I'd be in the house with you. Yeah, I don't want it. Just let me go. I'm like, but I'd be right next to you. Yeah, I'm not good. I'm not doing that. I was like, but okay.
You know, if I didn't have children, I would probably just be like, I'm gonna just try to get away. And then if it comes to it. But because I do have children, like I'm gonna fight. I don't want to, but it's just like, yo, this is too much. Just like it's way more dead people than there are living people.
Oh yeah.
So just think of any little graveyard you drive past. Like all those motherfuckers is coming for you. Like this shit don't end. It don't, because as soon as somebody else die, they coming for you too. It's just like, yo, I don't know if I got this in me. I don't know.
A lot of energy.
Like we don't know if animals die, are they gonna come after you? Because I've always said
that would be
a zombie giraffe is like the most deadliest thing.
Because you couldn't even see him. He'd bite you. He'd be on the other side of the house and bite you over the roof. Like what the fuck? Like what was that?
Dangerous animal in the world is a zombie giraffe. Like you can't do anything about that motherfucker.
I don't even know how fast they go, but I'm thinking it's like 30 miles per hour.
Listen.
Can you imagine this, right? A zombie kangaroo square up on you, right? Like, yo, you gonna give me that brain? Like,
everybody,
what you doing?
Everybody in Australia is just gonna die right away because everything in Australia is trying to kill you anyway.
Shut the fuck up.
This is over. This is
actually that's a movie right there.
Zombie spiders.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
And like the zombieisms get spread if you touch the webs.
Listen, we couldn't even protect ourselves from COVID for 2 years. Motherfuckers just wouldn't do the right thing. There is no way if there was a zombie apocalypse and we had rules for preventing becoming zombified that people would even do that shit.
I know
They'd be too
when
busy fighting for their rights for dumb shit.
toilet paper. One thing I like that got me about the pandemic, the apocalypse, the pandemic was you walk into a bathroom and it was like, just in case if you didn't know, this is how you wipe your hands. Because some of y'all don't know how to do this. And I'm like, what? And then that's when the mask mandates came out shortly afterwards. I was like, we don't even know how to wash our hands. Why are we wearing like this is crazy.
That's how disposable the human race is.
Yeah.
You have to tell them again, like, this is how you properly wash your hands. You weren't doing this for the past 50 years or so. This is how it really should be done.
Like, it was really like instructions like turn on the water, use hot water.
Use
and I was
soap.
like, use soap.
Don't just
Please
run your fingers
dry
under
your hands. And I'm like, who is this for? Like, who was
everybody.
Oh, this
was
wrong.
integral to our survival, learning how to wash our hands properly.
Yes. The 2 weeks, the flatten the curve.
Never happened. Never happened.
It's been like 2.5 years at this point, bro.
The curve flattened because the variants were like, I'm tired.
Yo.
Take a break. We didn't do it. That shit just like puttered out and then it'll come back. Like, we'll be back.
The war on drugs, right? just ignore it. Fuck it. Whatever. Just let it do its own thing. Mm-hmm. We're gonna stop fighting this. Just let it exist.
Exist by title. Flatten the curve. I forgot that thing was
I didn't, because I remember March 19th. It was like y'all be back to normal in 2 weeks. Oh, okay.
Never happened.
Never. Didn't even and then I think even after the 2 weeks, it still talked about it. Well, another 2 weeks. No, that's not. We
can still do it. We can flatten it. It never happened.
No,
never happened.
I was talking about that the other day. How remember there was a curfew. Remember that shit?
Nigga, I remember being the only person on the road many times. Like,
now, motherfuckers going to the beach. Living their life.
Niggas fucking in cars and getting in accidents while fucking in cars. Like,
don't even give a shit.
Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a shit. I feel like I've heard more stories of hit and runs across the nation than I've heard ever before recently, because people just the flexibility of freedom is just too much for people. Like, they just can't control it. They can't maintain sensibilities when they're just like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Fuck you, COVID.
Don't know how to act. Doing shit they ain't never used to do either. Like, I'm going to the day drinking. You got to work, right? I'll get shit.
I just saw a clip of a cop put in the back of her squad car because he was like 5 times over the legal limit. The nigga was drinking while on patrol. Like, just like niggas.
Yeah, that's wild.
Niggas ain't got no sense of what to do with themselves.
No.
They just don't.
Well, that kind of then reminds me of this next person who apparently wants to be social media famous. Because why do anybody does anything? Because they can get likes and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
So
hit the bell for notifications.
Yeah, and you probably would know more about this person, maybe, because I feel like I don't do a deeper dive. But TikTok nurse loses patient, posts on social media. Man, I still got 5 hours left to go. I'm distraught. Time to keep moving. And post it.
Loses as in the patient passes away, or they can't find them.
The patient died. So then they decide, I need to post about this. I lost the patient. 5 more hours. I got this. I'm sorry. Did you make that death about you? Yes, you tried.
Yeah.
Do your job.
Yeah, just put the phone down and try to keep a motherfucker from coding. That just put the phone down.
Not everything's about you. Not everything's about you. Literally, let that person have their moment. You do not need to broadcast it. You can just continue doing your thing, because it probably took a couple minutes to do that little photo shoot you did. So that means another patient probably wasn't getting attention because you're out here posting pics about how you're distraught because you got 5 more hours to go.
So we don't even know if it's real or not, because I would hope.
Oh, you're right.
They didn't show anything.
No, there was them in the hallway.
HIPAA violations and shit.
No, yeah, they were in the hallway. I think bent over in one photo, and then the next photo they're sprinting down the corridor.
Were they playing in the arms of an angel? Was that
music going on in the background? I didn't actually watch the video. Probably though. Some sort of
I mean, because you've got to produce, like it has to be some production quality for us to pay attention, because you've got to entertain me, right?
Yep.
You can't just be saying like just bullshit,
Nope.
plain Jane. Like you
Yep.
gotta put
Since
in some
you're
effort.
at the hospital, you can't be in your lingerie or anything like that. So you're in a nurse's gown outfit, right? So I gotta play the sympathy card. Like, so I guess she might look like something, look like a skinny white girl. I don't really know what she looked like because I didn't look at her face. And plus, I think she was wearing a mask. So I don't really know what she was working with, but I'm assuming that's the angle she was going with was sympathy, of course. And oh, woe it's me.
Maybe she turned around after she said it and
Well,
then
she
did
did because
that.
she ran down the hallway. So it was some,
She did that pose though with the booty
yeah, with
cheek,
like
the
trying to make
elevated
you
booty
look like
cheek.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
try to make
and
it
then she
the
sprinted down
booty
the
check bigger.
hallway
Yeah.
after she
Probably.
did that little twist, left leg lift and then
Mm-hmm.
sprint. So
Oh, woe it's me. Here's my potatoes. They're not yams. Can't
unseasoned
think of another
potatoes,
starch.
unseasoned potatoes.
I guess
There's
peas are starch, right? Peas.
there's there's a clip of a young lady out of Rhode Island who is either running for state seat, Senate seat, or something like that, or she already holds the state Senate seat.
Okay.
She was on the beach and decided to twerk on a handstand, like wearing a bikini. And like I kept seeing the clip, but I never like listened to it.
Yeah.
It was just like seeing, I was like, all right, she's shaking her ass, whatever. And then I learned the details and I was just like, all right, she's shaking her ass, whatever. Like, I don't, she might have even said like, vote for me or some shit like that. I don't know. Like it was literally about her representing herself, and people are up in arms about it. And I was just like, whatever, man, grow up. She's shaking her ass. She's all right. She did on her handstand. Like, let's give her credit
Yeah, because
for
that's
doing on the beach. Like, it's not like stable
yeah,
ground.
it's
You know what I'm saying?
unstable. It's
Like
that's talent.
she did the damn thing, and yeah,
You
vote
should
for
be
her,
happy that she
goddamn it.
holds a lot of positions.
Like she did. She
She
vote for
can
her,
balance
goddamn
her
it.
job and her personal life. One yam at a time.
She was all right. She had like a little birthmark or something, which was the most interesting part to me, is like I could see the birthmark. Like
Okay.
that was like on her thigh, like the thigh cheek area. There was a birthmark, and I was like, I know this about this person, and because she was upside down shaking her ass. Like this is what I
On
know.
the ground, we have a news break story. Birthmark means that she was birthed.
She was actually born. Here's the mark to prove it.
Yo, but yeah, that is wild. But I mean, she should be able to do whatever she wants. I know I've talked to teachers and they're like, I hate being a teacher. That means I'm a teacher all day, all long, right? So like if they're out and about and they're drunk, like they might bump into a parent and it's like, oh, I can't believe you were drinking. And I'm like, but they're human. Like you should be able to have fun. Like I'm not a parent. I mean, I'm not a teacher 24/7. So if I want to go out and do some wild, crazy shit, I should be able to do it.
Well, we still need to have people to say that we're better than.
Oh
So
yeah, you're
that's what
right.
that scrutiny is all about. I'm better
Mm-hmm.
than you. My expectations of you are way different. This is not allowed. I am going to the dean of staff, whatever the fuck they do, and they get rid of
Oh
people
yeah.
that way, because we have to still be better than someone.
Did you judge it?
I don't even remember what the
TikTok.
topic was. TikTok.
TikTok nurse.
Oh, she ain't shit. She lousy.
Yeah, yep.
Uh, she
So
ain't worth the goddamn thing.
the next one is for the whole state of Texas.
Okay.
So apparently they have a law that's been around for some time where it's illegal for someone to own more than 6 dildos.
But who's counting? Like, who the fuck? Who's counting the dildos? Like, what the fuck?
You go into the pleasure palace and it's like, oh, I'd like to get your finest crystal dildo. No, the fuck you won't. That's your 7th one this month.
Like, what if it's a agency like in Minority Report, where they can see in the
Just the
future,
fucking holograms, like just fucking flying around. Like
precogs can figure out who's about to buy their 6
I
dildo.
don't like the way
Like,
she's walking. She clearly has 8 dildos. What?
like, what the fuck? Why is this a thing? Like,
I don't
what
know. It was something about like I guess they were trying to like minimize, like trying to,
dildo
I guess
use?
oppress like women's sexuality back in the day, and so they made the law where it's like, yeah, if you guys have 6, you can't. That's not right. And I feel like it was some insecure dude that probably pitched it to, like, my wife got 12 dildos. That's not cool, man. She had this one as big as my arm. We gotta put a law on that shit.
It's like that is out of hand. Like, I can understand 5. I can make sense of 4, but
She got like
6,
37 dildos, man. That shit ain't cool,
6,
man. 6 is the limit.
6 is where I draw the line. Like I
6
can't.
is too much.
It is one plastic piece of penis too much.
But I mean, that's like when we, I think one time we did cover like stupid laws amongst the states, and I think it's like if you're in one state, like if your pickle doesn't bounce, like it can't be sold or something. Like it's something like really like random laws that still exist but just haven't been gotten rid of. And like this is one of them where it's like, I mean, who's enforcing that? Even like in Maryland, I think it's illegal to get like head in your car. Maybe
yes, oral sex is illegal in Maryland. Period.
Yeah, but bruh, you know how much like skeet there has been in there should be no. Yeah, so Texas, you can't have more than 6 dildos. So if you're moving to Texas and you own 7, don't tell nobody.
I'm going to give this one gentle judgment because they give them some leniency. 6 is quite a. It's enough dildo. It's enough dildos. I mean, I'm not here to disrespect the agency of choice, but if you got 6, you got some options. We can get the law off the books, but stay within your realm. Don't let just anybody know. Like you can't be a rapper talking about you got 7 dildos.
Yo, my 7 dildos gonna run up in your spot. You said what? How many?
You've got to. This is a clear indication that you should talk about something else. Like if you're into dildo rap, you can't do it in Texas because you can't have like. What if you have an album and each song was about the dildo? So you can only have an EP. You can't have a full LP because if you have more than 6 songs, like there's a problem. Because then they know you've got more than 6 dildos.
I gave one of my dildos to the thrift store. Now I'm down to 6. I got to buy my other one because it's in the mix. Oh, bars.
Now I'm a good whore. Yeah, like
gentle judgment. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 6,000.
It's probably got some hangups on vibrators. Are they actually dildos?
Well, yeah. I mean, they could make an argument. Yeah. So what's that in your back seat? Is that 7 dildos I see? No, that's a vibrator. Just imagine and 5 dildos.
Just imagine arguing that in a court. Like you've got
Honor, clearly this thing vibrates. I'm totally within my limits.
It's not even a phallic shape. It's shaped like a rose. This isn't a dildo. This is a vibrator. This is a back massager
party, and this is what they get me for my gifts. I'm not a lawbreaker.
Yeah, you got 3 months in a pokey because you got 2 back massagers, 3 11-inch dildos, and 4 vibrators. Like that's why you're in the pokey. You got the weekends. You can't see your kids and shit because you got non-fucking pleasurable devices. Like, yeah, that was some repressed man who probably couldn't get it up anymore trying to repress women. And he's probably gay. He's probably gay.
Yeah.
Hates himself.
The fact that she can have 6 and I can't.
But he hates himself though. This was torment that they were receiving pleasure, but he had to hide and couldn't have pleasure himself.
Let me tell you how I seen this post, and I don't know how valid it is, but I just think it's funny. It was on Reddit, and it was one of those where it's like, the title was "Bitches Ain't Shit," right? And I was like, "Go on."
We all know that story.
Yeah. So I was like, "All right." So it was like, "Yeah, I was messing with this young lady, and she was giving me mollywop, like for 10, 15 minutes, and she said her jaw hurt." So this man said, "I bought this product." It was a review. "I bought this product, molded my own penis, sucked it for 30 minutes. She ain't shit because my jaw didn't hurt." And I was like, first off, the level of commitment.
Shit, the plot twist.
The level of commitment. This man apparently molded his own junk, sucked it, so that way he could be like, "Yo, you shit. I mean, this shit didn't hurt my jaw like bruh."
Nigga, this is an after credit scene in a porno. Like this is like we don't know that this happens. This is the oh shit in the theater. Like when he does this, like
no, seriously, it's like the bloopers or something. Like what is this? Like this man literally left. And again, that's why I don't know how valid. I don't know nobody. Well, I guess maybe a spiteful person, but it was definitely like, bruh. I mean, I don't see what she was complaining about, and I was just like, yo, first off, the fact that he even started off as bitches ain't shit, and it's like, bruh, like you didn't need to commit to that level of dedication. Like
there is some part in this process of purchasing, molding, and sucking that you have to reflect on what you're doing and say, I took this too far.
even like when you're waiting for it to dry, like you molded your junk, you had to sit there for maybe like 15 minutes, unless it's like an extra quick drying. But like even 10 minutes, right? And you gotta be like, I'm gonna show this bitch.
But you also have to be to get the full I guess
I know.
like the
Yeah.
full
You
the
gotta set
fullness
it
of
up.
it. Like you've got to be like in the frame of mind of doing sexy things, and like you just sitting there like on your recliner, just like with the cup on your junk.
Probably had the ball koozie going, right? Like setting the little marinade up, and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna show that bitch."
I would be fearful in pulling it off that like I'm gonna take some of me with it.
Oh yeah.
Like this isn't.
And then suck it. So then it's like,
is that incest? If you suck your own penis.
It's a little more complicated question than the cereal, but yes, I do feel it is.
Oh God.
Yeah, but yeah, it was wild. It was a review. I don't know, it's probably fake news, but it was comedy, and that's what I'm here for, is to share the nonsense. Honestly, this is gonna be my last one. I got two more, but they're kind of lame compared to that high note right there.
That was pretty low. It was pretty low. Low down and dirty.
Different perspectives. Okay. What was it Drake said? Views. We're in the same building but different views. Yeah, like you might think it's high. I mean, maybe you're in the penthouse, so it's down. I'm on the first floor. I'm looking up.
Sure.
So I haven't got where I need to be. So there's a guy, right? Apparently applied to Disney a couple times. Hey, I want to be a security guard. Y'all got flaws in your security. No, maybe not. Disney didn't confirm. So then he proceeds to steal stuff from them. Even I think it's like a $10,000 R2D2 statue. And he's like, well, the reason why I did because I wanted to improve their security. They caught you. Their security's fine.
It works.
Yeah, I mean, it might took them a little while, but they found out who it belonged to.
It's called investigation, and after a while, it landed you as the culprit.
Yes, and so
he was probably sitting in his recliner with his junk in a cup, making a mold. Disney,
I'm gonna get me a R2D2
figurine. Dick two.
Yeah, like, it was just...
This is the same guy whose girlfriend complained to Lockjaw.
Yes.
That stole the R2D2. Same person.
Yes.
Absolutely the same
and he's
person.
Probably from Texas. His grandpa probably was the one that enforced the law in Texas.
Drove straight from Texas to Florida, rented a room at a Motel 6, and just went for it.
Yep.
He had a plan.
Probably making weird noises.
He was beeping and chirping and shit. Like he was talking to the R2D2.
Making Chewbacca noises and shit. So we have a disturbance.
Oh man.
Turn off your body cam.
So I'm going to score this gentleman gentle judgment because he had a plan.
He did. And that's where I'm like, yo, you can just steal stuff and be like, well, I applied for security. I wanted to show the flaws.
This nigga had a plan like a Disney television movie, but he had a plan.
I wouldn't be surprised in a couple of years they got like a Disney version of this, right? Mm-hmm. And Nicolas Cage is gonna play the villain, or what's another popular?
Fucking
maybe Stephen Bucci,
Steve Buscemi,
maybe
with the eyes, with
the eyeball. Yeah. He'll be the villain.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, why not?
It's Goonies, but with cock molds.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I wasn't going to cock mold. I meant more so like stealing the statue.
I mean, but that's the payoff. Like this is the after credit. This is the movie with the after credit scene with him doing that. Like this is why we sit in the theater for the end credit. At that point,
I picture like Seth Rogen. I mean, not Seth Rogen.
Yeah. The
other Seth. The weird 40-year-old virgin dude. No.
Oh, Steve Carell?
No. Making porno with Zach and Mary.
Seth Rogen. You're right.
Seth Rogen. Okay.
The other one is Seth Green. That was the one.
Oh, that's yeah.
Robot Chicken and whatever shit back in the day.
Well, who's the podcaster?
Everybody's got a podcast.
Well, the bald guy who gets all the problem on Spotify, the wrestler,
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Okay. I thought that was, that's why when I said Seth, I was like, no, I got the wrong name, but apparently I don't know Joe's name. So okay, whatever. Cool. But yeah, that's all I got. That's worthwhile talking about this week.
With that being the end of the show, this is the beginning of me thanking you again for joining us in Judgment. Remember, you can be a part of the show by email, phone, or WhatsApp. Email address is don'tjudgepod@gmail.com. The phone number is 410-834-1562. And our WhatsApp is Don't Judge Me Podcast. In closing, I just like to say, enjoy life. Do whatever you want with that life, just as long as you don't judge me for judging you.
And I'll remind you guys about Instagram and Twitter @Don'tJudgePod. Now we're partly TMZ famous, because Jay, not me. So make sure you slide through. We might introduce you to some celebs. Who knows?
I am the most famous person this podcast has ever had on.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we are one half celebrity, other half just regular light-skinned niggas.
Yeah, unless you consider police camps. Then then your boy is famous. He's street famous. I'm joking. But yes, check us out. Send us some love. Celebrities like titty pics. Send them on over here. I'll leave you guys with two things. I actually have something this week, or two things this week.
Okay.
I didn't know how to general neutral this, so I'm just gonna say what it was originally. You don't need a bitch. You should be what a bitch needs. And if you bleach your asshole, technically you're changing your ringtone.
Nigga.
Yeah.